I planned this gorgeous makeup look only because I was inspired by this outfit that I picked up that I was supposed to actually wear in Dubai. But first I need to know, at your big age, what is your plan for New Year's Eve? Are you going to be sitting on the couch? Are you going to be clubbing? Are you planning a detailed hangout with your friends and you're actually going to show up? Like, let me know down below in the comments because I had a party planned, but I think I'm just gonna end up eating fufu and staying on the couch. I don't know yet. The week is still young. I searched high and low to find the perfect outfit for this dinner in Dubai. If I didn't wear it then, I can absolutely possibly wear it for New Year's Eve because of the sparkles in it. I absolutely love the texture and the look of this fabric because the sequins in it, up close, you can tell that it's gold and it has this multi-dimensional color reflex to it, but from afar, it could also mimic silver sparkles. So I figured this will be the perfect outfit for New Year's Eve. So let's go ahead and jump into the makeup look just to see what we can come up with to complement this gorgeous fabric. Well, of course, it's gonna be an outfit, but it's a fabric for now. Now, if you are new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. My hands are always ashy. Welcome. But if you are a returning subscriber, hey. Listen, today we're gonna do a good old-fashioned makeup tutorial, okay? We are going to sit here. We are going to slay the base. So I'm just gonna ask you to grab your foundation, your concealer, your setting powder, whatever it is that you need to help you complete the look. And let's get into it. Let's do makeup. First things first, on my lips, I have the brand new Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Peptide Gloss Balm. It feels so good on the lip. It actually stays in place and it hydrates your lips. And I mean, like, it's Paula's Choice. What more could you ask for? You know your girl is always dehydrated. So, like, I need to make sure that my hands, my face, and my lips are looking like I drink water. Because the one thing that gives me away that I'm dehydrated always are my hands and my lips. Like, always, you know? First things first, the brows. Because I haven't actually been maintaining my brows, we're going to trim all the excess just to make the brows look as sharp as possible. I'm using my Sephora Collection facial razor set and clean up all the excess brow hairs. One tip I will tell you is when you're cleaning up your brows, don't hold the razor like this because if you do, you're gonna cut your lashes. So always hold it at an angle coming down instead of an angle going side to side. Do you see how much sharper my brows are looking? So then it's gonna make it so easy for me to just fill it in or do whatever I need to do. Next, we're gonna go ahead and just line the bottoms of the brows with our Sephora Collection brow pencil. First, I'm lining my brows with a concealer that matches my skin tone as closely as possible. And then I'm going in with a concealer that is significantly lighter than the first concealer, just to go ahead and highlight the brow bone and give the brow some dimension. Blend it into the initial concealer that we put down. So as you can see, the tail part of my brow is beautifully highlighted, but the front part is matching my skin tone so it doesn't look like I have floating brows. Next, I go in with my eyeshadow primer. My skin is oily, which means my eyes are going to be oily as well. So I take my eyeshadow primer, I like to warm it up, and I also like to apply it with my fingers. This is a primer specifically for the eyes, very much like how you prime your skin before you put foundation on. You gotta prime your eyes before you go in with eyeshadow. This way, your eyeshadow will last all night and after the ball drop, okay? Just apply the excess to your under eyes. We don't waste product here. This is where I go in with an eyeshadow base. I'm using a lighter base because I need a little bit of a warm transition. And I want that warm transition to show a lot better than it would if I just use a deeper, more skin tone base. I'm using an actual eyeshadow base. You can also use a concealer. This will give my eyeshadow something to stick to so that it can also last all night. I'm just gonna pat it in and make sure to blend it in with the concealer that we put down so we get like a beautiful seamless look. Peninsula Wahala palette, and first I'm going in with this deep burgundy shade over here. I just feel like it's going to give me the perfect base for the look that I want to go for. It's going to give me a bit of warmth without being entirely too red. I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and I'm just gonna place this shade wherever I want it to go, which is essentially above my crease. If you're a beginner or, not so confident with your makeup skills, I like to describe blending in any type of a transition shade. I like to describe it as lightly tickling in a circular motion. So you're just gonna lightly go in a circular motion from one side to the other, and that helps you blend in the shade without actually over blending or without getting too much product in a specific place. Going into a second shade, it's like a cool tone black gray shade in the palette, and because I want precise control over that shade, I'm using a smaller brush just to put it all over my eyelid and also directly in my crease and just blend it out. Now once this is done, I will take the same brush and just start blending upwards ever so lightly. I don't want to blend it in past my crease too much, but I also don't want it to stop at my crease because then it's going to look like my shades are not blended in. And if you need to, just lightly tickle your skin with the brush. If you push the brush in, because it has so much product on it, it will just deposit too much of that on. Going back in with the brush we used to put down our burgundy, I'm going to just sweep over everything just to blend it in even more with that warmer shade. I just love this transition. It is beautiful. It is sultry. It is just stunning. I love it. I know not everybody's thrilled about glitter these days because for some odd reason, everybody collectively just decided to ignore glitter and not mess with glitter eyeshadows anymore. Like, look at this. Imagine the lights off, okay? Imagine a dimly lit situation with a few sources of lights just moving around and hitting your eye. Do you know how gorgeous this will look? Next, I'm going in with a glitter adhesive. You can use whatever glitter adhesive you have and or love, but you definitely need something for the glitter to stick to. That way it doesn't just roll off your eyelid. Because this product is very fluid, once I put it on, I'm not gonna look down or blink or nothing. We're going in with this gold shade in the middle, and then we're gonna go in with this on the outer corner. So I'm going into the gold, just pat off any excess so it doesn't end up on your face, and just press it in. And I'm also stopping exactly where my crease is. I'm not going above the crease, and just spreading it generously on the eye. I don't need it to be too much initially so that if I need to, I can go back in with some more. And then we're going into our second, kind of like a purple shade. And we're gonna put that only on the outer edges of the gold to help it have something to blend into. And also, the second glitter shade to me mimics the different color reflexes that you see in gold sequin when it's reflecting. We're going back into our almost black shade with the same brush, and we're just going to deepen all the edges around the glitter to give it the illusion that's where it stops, because that is exactly where I want it to stop. And also it's gonna help the glitter blend into the rest of the eyeshadow a lot more than if I just leave it without blending in anything around the edges. Taking very light amount of my glitter glue and lightly brushing over everything. This also helps it seal it in so that it stays in place. I'm gonna close my eyes and just brush any glitter off my lashes. Our eyeshadow stops here. Let's go into our base routine. First, I'm going in with the Kryolan Matte Mattifying Primer. I'm gonna make sure to focus on all the parts of my face that get very oily, which is all over my face and my brows, but also make sure to get some close to my under eyes and all the way down to essentially anywhere and everywhere I'm gonna put makeup. One thing I learned about the Kryolan primers are you don't mix them with any other primers because they will have a weird reaction with it. So if you're gonna use this product, use it by itself. Don't add any other primer on top of it or underneath it, or it's not gonna end well for you. I'm gonna go in next with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm. This product helps control oil tremendously well. I'm taking a little bit of it and I'm going to just pat it all over my skin before we go in with an actual foundation, because we want the coverage to be there. We're giving this product a minute to settle down and dry down because it does turn into like a powder on the skin. So we're just gonna give it a few seconds to do what it needs to do before we go in with our next product. While we wait for this base to dry down a bit, we're gonna go ahead and shake our foundation that we're actually gonna be using today. A pump and a half. We're just gonna blend it in. I put too much. I always forget forget how creamy this product is, and I always overdo it. One pump is all you need, okay? Maybe half a pump. I'm gonna layer my concealer because if I go in with a concealer that's entirely too bright, my base is gonna look so off. It's not gonna be cute. So I'm going with my first concealer. This is more like a skin tone concealer for me. And I heard that apparently under eye concealer is what, not in fashion anymore? I'm gonna use it, okay? Under eye concealer definitely makes my makeup look very good. Being a dark skinned person, we're not gonna over blend it and blow it out to cover the base that we're creating, but we're still gonna use it, okay? In all the usual suspected concealed areas. This concealer is also very fluid, so don't overdo it, and also dry it down a little bit before you blend it in. Make sure you're looking up when you're blending on your under eyes to make sure that you blend your product into your lines and your creases. If not, it's going to look crazy in the end. Like you see, because the concealer is a skin tone concealer, I don't have to do too much to blend it in or to just make it look like it belongs on my face. You know what I mean? Just minimal work, okay? I'm gonna give this a quick second to dry down, and then I'll come back in with my second concealer to just add more brightness to the base. Going with our second concealer and only applying a little bit to the inner parts of the face because this is a very fluid concealer. If you overuse it, I'm gonna apply it to the inner parts of my face because I do want the brightness, but I'm also being very careful because I don't want it to overtake my look, okay? The base is about to come all the way together. I want to blow it out a tiny bit, but mostly just keeping it in place because I don't want it to overtake my base. I don't want that. Let's blend the edges of everything out so that we get a seamless look. Going back in with the brush that I used to blend in my foundation, I'm just gonna run it along the edges of everywhere I want my concealer to, you know, look good. For example, this is the before. I'm just gonna run the brush along the edges of this side of the concealer, and this is the finished look of the forehead. Prism leaves to set everything, and then if we need more brightness, we'll go in with a more yellow powder. Definitely remember to look up while you're setting your under eyes because you need to set the concealer in the lines. If not, it's going to crease once again. Anything you do on your under eyes, if you have lines, just look up and do it, okay? We're going with Juvia's Place Warm Honey. I'm going in with a slightly lighter powder. It's not entirely too light. Choose a powder that is, you know, just like a few shades lighter, but not too much. I'm using this to bake my face right now. I like to just finish the base before I go into something else. We're using the Omalewa Deep Face Palette. We're taking the deeper shade. We're just gonna use that to add more dimension. Do you see how snatched the cheekbone is looking? I'm gonna go down a bit and also just snatch the jaw that's already like popping. I like a good snatched jawbone. I just... Okay, let's snatch the forehead. Okay, next we're going into this blush shade, and we're just going to add some warmth to the skin. When it comes to blush, it's at your own discretion. How much you want to use is entirely up to you, okay? I also like to apply some blush to the forehead because it gives it a bit of a warmth, and I just like that look. I always add blush to my nose and my lips. We're going back in to the brows, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reline the brows. This really works for me because I am a clumsy person. If I do my full brow before I finish my look, the brows are gonna be gone, okay? Now this section is what I will call build a brow, okay? I'm literally building a brow from scratch because as you can see, my natural brows are pretty much non-existent. Now this is what they look like after I fill them in. I love a good dark brow. I also like a good fluffy, almost fuzzy, hazy looking brows. So when I do it this way, I don't have to have very sharp lines on the brows. It gives it a more dreamy look in my opinion. A brow gel, preferably a black one, just to help the actual brow hairs look thicker and fuller and better. I call this brow hair mascara. Now the next thing that has to do with the brows is just making sure the front is not too drawn on, so I like to just blend it into my nose so it looks like I'm contouring my nose. I don't have any product on this brush. I'm just using it to clean up the front edges so it doesn't look too structured. And I'm just gonna blend it into my nose, essentially where I'm gonna put my contour. This actually also helps me contour my nose without trying too hard. Taking our tiny brush that we use to place our deep shade down, we're gonna smoke out our lower lashes. I'm going into that deep shade, so I'm just gonna angle my mirror up and just smoke right under the eye. By looking up, I make sure that my dark shade does not transfer onto my under eyes, and I also make sure to just link it to the shade I have. Going into our first transition shade, we're going to go over the black smoky look that we put down just to help it look a lot better. This is what it looks like. I love what my eyes are looking like right now. I feel like it's coming together very nicely. Let me know what you think. I feel like it's coming together nicely. I'm using the under eye baking powder to brush off that excess eyeshadow that fell on my face. Going in with a black eyeliner, and we're just gonna line the waterline. I think it makes it look a lot more sultry. We're also gonna do the upper waterline as well. I learned this by watching my aunt when I was younger do makeup, where she would put the pencil in her eye and close her eyelids and just run it back and forth, and this will make sure that both her upper and lower water lines are lined to perfection. So this redundant step is actually just going in with a black eyeliner and lining your eyes, not like a dramatic liner, but something that will help your lash band blend in and, you know, just hide it. So I like to do a short liner if I don't want the look to be all about the eyeliner, but I still need it to help me with my lash band. In come the Q-tip. I'm almost out of my Q-tip, so I need to refill it. I have a big box in here, but I generally like to keep the smaller one on the table because it's better. This is what it's gonna look like, and when the lashes go on, the lashes are gonna look a lot better. Mascara, just to make the lashes look better. At this point, you can stop if you're somebody who doesn't like wearing lashes, or if you're a lash girly, definitely go in with some falsies. So next I'm going in with highlighter. I know a lot of people have, you know, strayed from highlighter, and, you know, we don't like that glowy full coverage look anymore. And I'll also put some on my brow bone because I always feel like my eyeshadow does not look so good until I have a brow bone highlighter. Of course, put some highlighter right at the bridge, tip of your nose. Only if you want, you don't have to. So that's what we're doing. We're setting with a setting spray that's gonna melt everything together. One setting spray is definitely not enough. Because we have oily skin, I'm going in with the Kryolan mattifying setting spray. It comes at you fast. And then we're going in with the finishing spray. I don't know what my big one is, so I'm using this little one for now. The question is, what are we going to do with the lips? I was thinking a gorgeous nude lip, but I also kind of want to do a red lip just to make this look all the way bold. I'm going to show you two different lip options and you can choose which one you want to go with. I want to do like the whole lip look. Lip option number 1. This is the lip combo I would generally go with, right? Now let's see what lip combo number 2 has an offer. This is my finished outfit inspired New Year's Eve look. I love how it came out. I also just absolutely love it with the nude lip. I feel like it goes very well, especially after I took off my gold and red accent jewelry. I think it actually makes it look really, really good. This is what the full completed fit and the makeup looks like. I am in love with it. Everything came together for the greater good. Now let me know down below in the comments which lip option you like best with this look. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.